Hello again, my loves. How is everyone? How are y'all doing? Jasmine Atten here, Mystic at the Crossroads. I hope you guys are doing really well, really fantastic. Happy Monday to everybody. And today we are going to be talking about your spirit, how to recognize if you are on it, how to recognize that you are on it, what the secrets of events that are occurring in your life have led you to where you are and also where you're going. Hi, Khayr.
What's up?
Hi guys, thank you everybody for joining. Please share this video. Hey Valerie, it's good to see you, girl. So Khayr and I we were just talking, and I've had a lot of really big changes and things to come up and occur over the last couple of weeks.
DNA explosions. Let's call them
D-
what they are. DNA
Woo!
explosions.
Yes, exclamation point to all of that. And I did a consultation the other day with a client who spent maybe a good 20 minutes of the beginning of our call talking about, oh, hold on, we're going to get to that in a second too. Talking about everything that she wanted to do in her career path and what she was led to wanting to do and her passion in life. And, it was part metaphysical, was part spiritual, was part business. And at the end of the call, her main question to me was, what's my journey, what's my destiny, what's my path? And I realized as I'm listening to her go on how she laid this format down, I'm like, you just explained your spiritual journey, you just stated what your life's purpose was, you just stated what your work is. And I find that a lot of people don't really correlate the events that have happened in their life to where they are, where they're going. A lot of people keep wondering what their purpose is, and you're already on it, you just may not have that clarity, or you may be fighting it. Khayr, would you agree with that?
First off, I want to see all the people press two who have shared this video. My name's Coach Khayr. I'm Team Taurus, and I'm finally back in Atlanta, Georgia. And I am a Mexican. I want to let everybody know I am an official Mexican. They accepted me while I was in Mexico. So first off, let's get to that right there. Please state your name, your team zodiac, what city and state you represent right now, and press two if you shared this video, because you need, like, what does your spiritual path look like? um a lot of people are trying to find out. I agree totally. They're trying to find out something that they're already doing. That's just like saying, Jasmine, how do I grow a mustache?
Right.
Well, you got a mustache. You got a must. Jasmine, what about, but I can't see it because it's right up under my nose. So a lot of times I call things Operation Mustache because they're right up under your nose, which is
Mm-hmm.
why we do our webinars on Thursday, which we are having self-mastery through what? Self-discovery. We are back on. We have had 2 weeks off, but yes, this Thursday we will be up and running again. We'll either have the website ready tonight where you can sign up, or tomorrow. Okay, so everybody, yes, we are having a webinar, but what we're doing is trying to show people that what's going on right up under your nose
Mm-hmm.
is the path that you're on. Like, you deserve that. You have a pact already with the things that you're doing already. So
Mm-hmm.
it's but it's a lot of times we just overlook it because the powers that be are very well trained at making us look at 52 fake outs, looking at the opposite direction, not paying attention to what's right in front of us. And
Mm-hmm.
then we like, what's my purpose? What am I doing? What am I doing? You're really already doing it. It just ain't sexy. And that's really the
Right.
truth, Jasmine. A lot of people want a sexier spiritual path. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
so um, the things that we offer by letting people come and ask questions every Thursday helps you figure out. We're just looking at your mustache. We're just looking
Mm-hmm.
at your ears. It's really tough for me to see my ears unless I have somebody ask me, like, Jasmine, what's this earlobe look like? Because I can't
Mm-hmm.
see it. And we all have blind spots. Man, it could be spiritual blind spots. That
This
would be a
is
great topic for this weekend. I like
I
that. Bet somebody
I
better write
like
that
that
down.
also.
Spiritual blind
Yes.
spots.
In fact, here, well, oh, I don't have a pen, but yes, because a lot of people, and this is, I mean, I'm not gonna go in on this with the video, but you guys hear me reference self-sabotage a lot. A lot of things that you're doing is, you know, you want to be, or you're trying to be on the spiritual path, you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, but you may be doing things that's keeping you from it and leading you down a path that isn't conducive. And you're right, Khayr, people want to have a sexier path, a sexier journey, a prosperous, abundant life, but are you doing abundant things to create that? You know, you want to have healthy skin and long hair. What you put in is what you get out. You want to have a nice car and a house and a family and a perfect partner. What are you putting into that? Are your relationships with your family? If you got, you know, you got screwed up relationships with the personal people in your life, how are you going to attract a healthy marriage? You know, you're trying to use your energy to do your spiritual work, but you're putting bad food into your body. All of that is coordinated, all of that correlates, and it also affects the decisions that you make on your spiritual journey and figuring out your purpose. Yes.
Well, that's funny because you just started hitting some triggers about like what foods are you putting in your body. So I want to get to like sequence of events. So my healthcare plan, a lot of people know that I practice symptometry, root cause therapeutics, but one of the number one things is food tracking. And when I say food tracking, when I feel something that's happened in my body, I go back and track the last thing that I put in my body. So my sister, big shouts out to Jennifer Arnice, she told me, she said, when you get back from Mexico, she said, you better watch how you transition back into American food. I said, what are you talking about? She said, because the food in Mexico is fresh. They ain't got time to be drugging up no meat and all that. They eat fresh everything. And your body's gonna start assimilating to eating fresher food. And then I get here last night, my first night, full night back in the States, and I had a nice dinner, but then I went to Walmart and got me a DiGiorno's pizza. And I like DiGiorno's. I love DiGiorno's, but I don't really necessarily mess around with like meatballs. But Walmart didn't have a nice selection, and I was like, just let me get the meatballs. I'm gonna put some onions on it, I'm gonna put some green peppers on it, I'm gonna spice it up my way. And at 5:50 in the morning, my body was like, we're gonna wake you up right now. And they made me like throw up in my mouth and then swallow it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I feel a purge because there was some purging that I did in my sequence of events while I was in Mexico, becoming a Mexican. I really was just becoming more magical. I got so much more respect for magic while on my sojourn through Mexico. And yeah, man. So Linda says, share those rituals with us, inbox me. That seems like kind of I can't share them with us if I inbox you. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about, you know, what your spiritual journey looks like has a lot to do with your integrity as well from the things that you already have. What do you think about that, Jasmine? What part does integrity play in your
Oh,
spiritual journey?
it plays a huge part. See, a lot of people are living double lives. They're setting up altars and they're burning candles and they're on Facebook and they're so spiritual, but you know, they are, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but they're not really living. You're not really walking the walk and talking the talk. You're hiding your spirituality. You're still fussing and fighting with whoever. You know, you're being the spiritual person, but yet you're also being someone that is operating from a low vibrational energy, and you don't have integrity in your work either, because some people are using their magic for purposes. They want to attract things in their life, but they also want to harm others. So it's like you can't use your magic to break up somebody, but yet use your magic to try to attract a house that you want. You got to have some integrity for your spiritual self, some integrity for your own self in order to accomplish the things that you want. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the basis of all of it. Energy. And a lot
What's
of
up,
people
Josh? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
a lot of people say that they believe in karma and what goes around comes around, but as soon as you get upset, you let your emotions take over. And then you act from emotions, and then you wonder why the things you're trying to draw to you aren't coming.
Mm. integrity in the spiritual path. Okay, watch this. Let me ask Jasmine a question. So Jasmine, what about your integrity? And you've been doing this for, since you was 4 years old. After you took that toad, after your Bufo experience, have you had it's been what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now? Like, what have you noticed on your own path with your sequence of
Mhm.
events
Mhm.
and your particular integrity? You know what I'm saying? You got any feedback for us?
Absolutely, which was such an amazing, beautiful experience that I'm so happy that I have the privilege of doing. And, it was interesting because the medicine integrated over a course of days. So the experience itself was just the beginning of what was going to come up for me, which is why I've been off social media for almost the entire 2 weeks because I've needed this time to process. And what really came up for me as far as integrity is remembering what I tell everybody else to do is vote for yourself. And taking
Mm.
the time off that I needed, I had to take 2 weeks to work on me, and in order for me, and this is the sequence of events, I had to work a decade in women's healthcare in order to understand the psychology and the physiological aspects of women in order to offer a spiritual coaching business to my female clients. In the same token, I had to have this experience with the frog to understand what it would be like to be out of my body. To one, I do appreciate life, but I have a deeper appreciation for it. And two, to be showed that in order for me to work my magic, in order for me to help a lot of you be where you want to be on your spiritual journey, I had to take some time off to care for myself. And having integrity and putting me and voting me first is very important in order to give back to all of you. So I have so many things have come up, but dietary changes have come up. Um, oh man, working, I can't even go down the list. I'll save that for another time. But my entire view of um how I interact with individuals, that has shifted. And also
Mm.
just what I'm able to offer as your spiritual coach, as your spiritual advisor, as a spell caster, the things that I want to offer and the type of clients that I work with, that has shifted also. And also just taking time out to remember to respect myself in my own time and saying, you know what, I can't work today because I got to work on me, but come back and be able to give all of you who I love and appreciate have the energy to really help you on your spiritual journey. So that's what's come up for me the past 2 weeks.
And that's and see, I knew this was gonna happen, but I had to use what your daddy said and don't spoil people's surprises. Quit
Mm-hmm.
spoiling. I don't want to spoil your surprise. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You're gonna have your own personal experience,
Mm-hmm.
but one thing, like Sister Myra says, is energy unfolds. And so,
Right.
like where you are, you're like right here,
Mm-hmm.
cause I'm only right here, cause it ain't been a whole year yet since I tried the toad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it took me one whole year of dealing with like the magic mushrooms in order
Mm-hmm.
to I completed that cycle, and now bam, now I'm here at another cycle. And
Mm-hmm.
while I was in Mexico, it got expanded even more. And that's why I want people to look at sequence of events. So I gotta tell my small sequence of event story so people will understand what I'm saying. My man Santos kept being late for class. I was coming to pick Santos up to go to class, and he was taking his time coming downstairs, which made me late when I got to class. So one day we get to class, and Senora says, at 9 o'clock, I'm locking this door. So if y'all ain't in this door, I'm locking the door, and if you ain't here by 9, you don't get to come to class. Cause we was like falling in at like 9:15, class ain't started yet, or class already started, and you coming in there late, and he wasn't with that. So I was like, I can be here on time, but I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting on somebody else who I'm giving a ride to for like another 30 minutes. Y'all ever been late because somebody else was late and you was driving?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you waiting on them. So I went to him and was like, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. When I call you, that means I'm gonna be there in your house, and I'm gonna be at the dorm in 10 minutes. If you ain't ready, that means you're gonna stay here today. You're gonna practice here without the rest of us, and we're gonna practice over there without you. And we
Mm-hmm.
ain't had no problems. So we get in the car, we didn't have any problems after that. So we get in the car, And I said, what's been going on? And he says, every day is Christmas. I said, what you mean every day is Christmas? We're on the way to a spiritual class and he talking about Christmas. He said,
Mhm.
yeah, sequence of events. I said, what do you mean? He said, I realized that every little contribution that I put in on a daily basis determines what happens tomorrow.
Right.
So whatever I put in today, I can determine if Santa Claus shows up in my life tomorrow.
Mhm.
If I do this practice every day and gradually, I will eventually have Santa Claus showing up in my life every day. And I
Mhm.
was like, damn. And then I started looking at it reversal. When I went to jail, when the police locked me up, when somebody robbed me, you know what it was? It was also sequence of events.
Mhm.
What's your boy say? Yoda, he said, plan to fail or no, something. But if you plan or you don't plan, either way, you're gonna be successful.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I've been looking at sequence of events ever since then. So when I have opportunities come up, I get to determine what kind of Santa Claus is gonna come up because I jump on the opportunity.
Right.
And that's why we had these classes on Thursday so people can start seeding your sequence of events.
Mhm.
Seeding. When you plant your own good seeds, the only thing can grow out of that is good stuff. But a lot of people try to do emergency magic or tragic magic. And how I know that y'all ain't doing regular watering of your garden or sunshining your garden or talking to your plants is because you got so many emergencies. But I'm
Mhm.
seeing some people in the class who only after 5 weeks are making this gradual incline. Their stuff, instead of it going, because like if your stuff is going like this and then you're introduced to magic, it don't just flip to this, Jasmine, does it?
No.
So you got to go from here to like leveling out to get the nose up. So you stop being a crash dummy, a spiritual crash dummy, and then you got to start pulling the front up a little bit. So I see some people now, they so happy they leveling out. They just
Right.
like, whew, I ain't going like this no more. Well, guess what? If you keep coming to class on Thursday, if you keep doing your work, next thing you know, you get you a little more angle, get you a little more angle, get you a little more angle. And then things will be, your sequence of events will be in a upward trajectory. Jasmine, what you think about that?
Absolutely. I mean, that's another piece to the puzzle. Just how I always say, take 5 minutes, five minutes. You know, you should be taking 20 or 30, but take 5 minutes and go stand at your altar. If you're lighting your
Mm,
incense and changing your water every day and speaking over your candles, that's you're putting energy into your spiritual work on a daily basis. You're showing
mm,
those ancestors that you've set up an altar for, those deities, those Saint Expedite candles that you are willing to put in the work and ask for what you want. Um, so yeah, and coming to class to further deepen your understanding of your spiritual magic and your knowledge and growing and expanding. It's just like, you know, a doctor has to go to school for what, 8 years before they start making the big bucks. So for
right.
anybody to just start their spiritual journey, and I'll say, I've had a lot of clients to do their first ritual and like this, bang, 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 things keep start happening for them. But it's where their mindset is also. You know, they're very clear. And I have clients that I've been working with, I've been talking to y'all for a year, and you still hitting me up every 6 weeks that you got another problem. And it's like, you wouldn't have these problems if you were consistent. I know you're not consistent, or you wouldn't be going through this.
Mm,
It's impossible that you'd be going through all these things. So either you're inconsistent or you're living a double lifestyle, because you can't be in control and walk in spirit at the same time. And you can't be spiritual and still live a fuckery lifestyle at the same time. You got to pick one or the other. Yes.
did you just say that you can't be in control?
No, you cannot be in control. You're either going to let the universe handle things, let the spirit world guide you, let the sequence of events play out, or you're going to try to be in control and hold on. And guess what? It doesn't work, because you've been in control this whole time and you're still having a problem. You got to let go. Yes.
Jasmine, some people just got off the video. They don't even want to see this no more.
And
They
that's
like,
okay.
what? But if I ain't in control, who's in control? I need to do magic, but I need to be in control of every outcome.
You
Why
know,
can't I be in control of every outcome?
you weren't in control of getting here. Now
Ooh.
you may have chose to come when you were in line and there was a body lined up. You said, I'll take it. But you weren't in control of the two people who got together to get you here. You weren't in control when the creator said, okay, do you want to go or do you want to stay in line? So that's the problem, is people try to control every little aspect, even using magic to control some things that shouldn't be held onto so tightly.
Mm,
Like
mm.
they say, let go and let God. Letting go is the hardest thing for people to do, because it's like, if I'm not doing something, then I'm not doing something. So your only responsibility is show up and do the work. If you get up and show up for work every day, don't you get a paycheck at the end of the week or the end of the 2 weeks? All you gotta do is show up and do the work, the money comes. All you gotta do is show up at the altar and the results will come. Show up on time, do the job, don't cause no riffraff. You don't have to, when you go to work every day, do you think about whether or not your boss is gonna do payroll on time? No. You don't care about that. All you know is I'm putting in these hours, and at the end, that Friday at 5 o'clock, a paycheck's gonna be put in my hand. It's the same thing with the universe. You're not in control of who does the payroll, what kind of ink they use, and what kind of paper is printed on. It's the same thing with your spiritual practice. Just do the work. Let go. Stop trying to control everything so much on this physical level. And try to control it from a spiritual aspect. But stop trying to control things on a physical level, because it's not working. It hasn't been working. And that's something else the Bufo taught me. I think that was one of the biggest lessons. And you guys know, Khayr, you know, I am a control freak. And I said that jokingly, but I didn't really realize it until having the ceremony. And I was in the most vulnerable state. And as it was coming on, I was fighting it. I was trying to hold on. And it was uncomfortable. That first, 30 seconds, first minute. It was very uncomfortable. And the more I tried to fight it, the more uncomfortable it became. Once I finally just let go and said, well, fuck it, I'm out the body anyway, I might as well enjoy while I'm here, it was the most blissful experience. My life has been like that. When I was working at that doctor's office and I was sick and tired of going to work every day, and I was smoking weed every day, and hell, I was even drinking on my lunch break, and I was tired of looking at vaginas, but I was just trying to hold on to this fantastic Beverly Hills job because they paid me so much money, I was depressed. As soon as I let that shit go, moved to Florida, all these amazing things happened. My life just kind of picked up. Haven't worked a job in 4 years. Blissful. So you have to be willing to rely on spirit and give things up to the universe and say, you know what? I'm going to stop trying to hold on to it in the physical world, and I'm going to let you, who I'm employing, my spirit guides, do the hard, heavy lifting for me.
You quit all the part-time magic. Some of y'all doing too much part-time magic, and you want to, and you wondering, it's the same reason why your relationships in life, you gotta, if you built the right relationships in life with people and stayed in contact with people regularly and things like that, you would never have to ask for a favor. You know how hard it is for some people who got big egos like myself to go ask a favor? But I wouldn't have to ask a favor if I treated people right, stayed in contact with folks, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be in that kind of jam because somebody would be like, you know what? I see you working on XYZ, or I see what you're doing. Let me throw you this alley-oop right here. X, Y, and Z happened the other day, and I know that you're on this particular quest. Let me go ahead and holler at you and throw this at you. But when you do your part-time magic, and I don't know if I can put my altar up, Jasmine. Khayr, I don't have enough room. Khayr, I'd be like, wait a minute, but here's a big one the other day, blaming your daughter. Oh yeah, your daughter, your child is just so destructive that if you put up an altar, your child is just gonna be over there tearing up. I don't want my child to touch my altar. You should want your child to set up your altar. That's what really will be popping. But guess what? The sequence of events that's going on in your life is why you feel so negative or self-destructive or disagreeable to doing new things. You feel what I'm saying? So I just think jokers need to like just paciencia, just settle down for a second, everybody chill and start noticing that the only way you can be in control of your spiritual path is by the way that you water your spiritual garden.
Right.
You don't water your spiritual garden, you get less plants and more weeds. You don't tend to your spiritual garden, like you don't go out there and plant a seed and then think the whole garden gonna be there the next day. Because I had no idea I was gonna be in Mexico for damn near 2 weeks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Um, and then all of the experiences, because every day when something would happen 3, 4, 5 times a day, I was like, I need to do a live. I gotta tell people. I gotta tell people. And then they was like, this is your experience. This is your experience. They're gonna have to catch the result. They're gonna have to catch the result. How did you get here, Khayr? How in the world did you get here where you could hit all these cities and move effortlessly? And then, Jasmine, guess where I ended up at? At the Jade Emperor workshop. Now, it was supposed to only hold 50 people. And there ended up being 72 people there. And I've been looking at these cards.
Are those masters cards?
Yes. Yes. And so watch this. Watch this. This is how grateful and how thankful I am. These were gifted to me at the workshop. Say what? Yes. I was like, well, I'm gonna go over. It was just when you do what you're supposed to do and show up where you're supposed to show up at, things will start falling out of the sky.
Literally.
They'll start falling out of the sky into your lap. And then when they gave me the card, they were like, oh, well, you're gonna have to the instructions are on PDF and you're gonna have to send us an email. Already went to the store already got the PDFs, already got them printed out, ain't even done my first reading yet. When I was texting you today, like, are we ready? I was coming up from a nap, from sleeping with these under my pillow. Let me tell you, the little 45-minute nap, I'm almost ready to go back to bed tonight. Do y'all know about the under the pillow technique? Let me tell you about the under the pillow technique. This is good. I'm gonna talk about it Thursday too, but I'm talking about it right now. When you get a new magical tool, you should put it under your pillow. Even if you get new, I don't care if you just got a clear quartz crystal. If it's brand new, put it under your pillow for 7 days. Put it under your pillow for 7 days and 7 nights and sleep. 7 nights. During the day, you can be activating and doing things with it. But put some ancestor money up under your pillow for 7 days. Put some of your spiritual tools up under your pillow for 7 days and then go use it. Because when you go to sleep, some of these things, all of these magical tools, they really magical, start to upload into your consciousness. And like I said, what I saw, I was kind of lost when I came back. Like, I'm just very interested on how this is going to play out. So it's I see Jenny says, yes, I didn't have a clue I was about to walk this path, and I just felt I needed to move everything, just fell in place. Remember when we started the webinars? I was like, y'all better come on. I said, y'all better come on. Just trust. That's why I opened it up and said you can ask your own questions versus us dictating what you're going to do. Oh, and let me tell you another piece about my trip this weekend. You know what else was verified, Jasmine?
What's that?
Doing rituals collectively.
Oh, yes.
Doing rituals collectively. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
go ahead. Go ahead. What was you about to say? I
No,
ain't gonna tell it all. Go ahead.
well, I'm glad you brought that up. So, I'm a solitary witch, and I used to have a very close friend and another couple of acquaintances that we would practice together on full moons, rituals. I even did maybe about 3 years ago. I did a group ritual with everybody in Let's Talk Magic in One Ritual Way, and the results were phenomenal. Because when you have a collective consciousness raising the vibration and all focusing on whatever it is you're focusing on for everybody, that energy is magnetized and magnified and very powerful. And a lot of people, which is another reason why people should come to class, a lot of you are trying to practice solo and you're new, and you want to be able to have a space where you can harness some of that energy in a group setting to strengthen your own magic. And when you're new, a lot of people don't know how to bring up that chi. You don't know how to draw down the energy from the moon. Some people sit in front of their altar for 30 minutes and they're just kind of sitting there and they're visualizing, and that's fine. But are you chanting? Are you constantly thinking and talking about what you want to manifest? Are you doing some yoga or some breath work or some masturbation or something to raise your energetic vibration before you go in front of
Hey,
the altar?
hey.
These are all tools that should be implemented prior to and during your rituals. Because if you just sit in front of the candle staring at a flame, that's not going to get you too much other than probably a headache.
Um, Man, you on that sequence of events hard. Like taking a shower before you go in front of your altar. That
Oh,
sequence of events.
mm-hmm.
Starting your day off by putting on something magical. So like let's say you have your charm that's on a necklace. Well, did you
Mm-hmm.
know that every day the sequence of events of you putting on your necklace, normally when you put on a necklace, what do? You bow your
Yeah,
head.
right.
That means you're humbling yourself to your magic. You're
Mm-hmm.
already starting a ritual
Mm-hmm.
when you're putting it on. You're acknowledging magic when you put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's another topic I need to talk about right fast because this just got me my download. Um, our next Jenny's out says one of our next classes. We have classes every Thursday, so this Thursday is our next class. We'll see you this Thursday. Um, what is it? Is it 9 o'clock p.m.?
9
No,
p.m.
what time?
Eastern.
Yes, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. on the East Coast. But
West Coast.
West Coast, my bad, because what I want to talk about right now is so fierce. Because I was thinking about this. This was a download I got in Mexico. Um, oh, Carrie Clark, we definitely gonna come back to that. For certain. Um, Superstition versus magic. A lot of y'all are out here. Y'all ain't practicing magic. Y'all out here practicing superstition.
Mm-hmm.
Really, this whole thing is about a transition from superstition to magic. See,
Mm-hmm.
magic is when you do have a sense or some input of the control. Superstition is when you're just hoping and wishing that it goes your way. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We don't want you to be superstitious. We want you to be technical. We want you to be scientific. We don't want you to be random out here. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's not superstition to use come to me oil. It's not superstition to use money oil. There's certain
Mm-hmm.
properties that are in these oils, and the way that you apply them is scientific, not random. Now, Carrie Clark says, can I ask a question? Why do y'all
Mm-hmm.
charge people $30 for a candle and when y'all only paid $3 for it? I'm gonna let Jasmine go first, you know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
I'll give my take on that.
Well, first and foremost, and for myself personally, number one, the candles I purchase and sell on my website are not $3. Okay. Second of all, I prepare the candles for my clients so they are dressed, they are blessed before they are mailed off. You also have to keep in mind the time that it takes for somebody to schedule in their schedule to go pick up the supplies, the shipping costs, the shipping supplies, and the supplies needed in order to bless the candle and send it to someone. Um, the $30, to me, money is energy, and you're investing in your spiritual self, and that is going to come back multiple, multiplied times 10 times 100. I've paid $30 for candles. I've paid $40 for a candle, and it wasn't about the price. It was about the time and the energy that the practitioner took to prepare that candle. And I also am conscious of the fact that there is additional cost as shipping, bubble wrap, boxes, gas, and the time that that person took to put the love and energy into it to send it. So that's why I charge what I charge for the particular candles that I have on my website.
One day, I didn't have cable where I stayed, and I hired a crackhead to go outside and hook up my cable. We already know I got the hookup means I need you to hook up something for me.
Right.
So the crackhead said, "Where's the box at?" So I went outside the back of the apartment. Crackhead said, "Okay, go inside and turn the TV on and turn to channel 48 or something like that, right? Because on normal TV, you can't pick up channel 48. So I go in. Now this means I walk from the back of the apartment through the kitchen to the living room, turn the TV on, turn to channel 48, and the cable is on. In less than a minute, he says, turn to so-and-so channel. You got HBO? Turn to channel 17. You got ESPN? I said, yeah. He comes in the house. He says, $35. I said, $35 for that? You won't even out there a whole minute. He said, you're not paying for what I did. You paying for what I know. He said, do you want me to go out there and turn it off? And then you not have cable? So when somebody says, why do you charge $30 a candle? Well, what's the know-how? How long did it take for a person to learn to even dress a candle? And see, when people come and talk about, oh, you went and bought a $3 candle and you selling it for $30. People wouldn't keep buying the candles if the candles didn't work. And if it was that easy, somebody else would be going to buy the candle for $3. And you personally sound like a hater, and we really need haters out here to ask questions like this too. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like, well, magic isn't that special. In your sequence of events on your spiritual path, you have to watch out for people like who ask questions like this, who want to come in and like throw salt in the game to make it seem like you're nobody no more special than me. Well, why are you watching us this far into what we're talking about? You see what I'm saying? And some people will be very resistant to your success. And the more successful that you become, you have to be willing to let those people go who try to say, who do you think you are? That's the number one indicator of you being a winner and your magic working at another level by somebody saying, who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Can we get a video on how to properly dress a candle? Jasmine will tell you quick. You can go to YouTube. She's probably made 60 videos on how to properly dress 60 different candles where you don't have to spend at a dime. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can dress your own candle, but you might not know enough for the candle to give you the results that you want. That's why they've had medicine men for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So you can have an in-between between the what's known and the people who don't know. And then Jasmine really don't want to keep doing a whole bunch of candles and dressing candles for you. So if you think that, this is how she's making her money or whatever, or she's beating somebody, Watch what happens in the next 3 months. You're gonna have to look at all the YouTube videos to go over there and say, how do I do this? Because certain people know that they don't have the expertise to do this particular craft. That's why you need a teacher. That's why you have to use humility and pay like you weigh. So I love people saying things like this right here. The class that I just went to last Saturday, Jasmine, you know how much it was?
It was what, $1,200?
$1,250
Right.
for 8 hours.
Right. Mm.
So
Yeah.
why am I not complaining that he should just give it to us on YouTube? Or well, if you just give it away, you'll receive a blessing. Jasmine, what you feel about that in sequence? What do you think about people, Jasmine, who claim to be on the spiritual path that if you do everything for free, then you're gonna receive some type of blessing?
Well, again, money is an energy exchange. Some people are not serious about their spiritual practice. And it's true, when you receive things for free, you don't really embrace the value of it. You know, again, you go to a doctor's office, you don't get seen by a doctor for free. That doctor went to school for 8 years to treat your condition, to give you the right prescription to fix what you have going on. When you come to a spiritual advisor, depending on who you're going to someone who has been doing this for a long time, who knows what you need to change your situation. And yeah, the $1,200, I mean, I've been to 2 of Master Gibson's seminars, and they should be $5,000 each. You know, so hey, if you paid $1,200, that was a steal.
And I'm so excited. Like, sequence of events. So I just dropped the $1,250 seed on my spiritual path.
Right.
That's going to unfold slowly. But if it keeps unfolding slowly and I'm consistently doing my work, then what's it going to look like?
Right.
What's it going to look like? Because most of the workshops that I've been to are like $250. You know what I'm saying? It's like 250 people in there. So I never go around and be like, well, these other 249 people, they must be as dumb as me because they paid $250. No, I say the energy in this room is about people who appreciate real live stuff. Real live stuff.
I wanted to touch on really quickly when you mentioned about doing rituals in a group, which is why, or something, and we'll talk more about this in class, why I'm so excited about the pumpkin ritual. And you know, this is something we only do once a year, and this particular pumpkin ritual I want to be done as a group. So, you know, I've been I've given people the rituals and given them the tools, but I haven't put a time frame on, you need to do this by this particular day. So Khayr, I was going to talk to you about that as far as us doing our ritual collectively. Everybody on the same night around the same time will be doing the same thing. How do you feel about that?
Nobody asked me what the 1250 was for or what workshop it was. So the workshop was for the Jade Emperor, which is the god of all money. So if you burn ancestor money, the Jade Emperor is on your ancestor money, right? And one thing we covered was doing your magic collectively and the power of a team doing it. And one of the examples was one horse can pull 8,000 pounds. So
Wow.
Jasmine, if one horse can pull 8,000 pounds, this is for everybody. How many pounds can 2 horses pull?
Wow. Right.
So that no. That's a real question, Jasmine. So
Oh,
answer that. If
16,000.
one, and why do you say that?
Because it's double the energy, double the strength, double the force.
And what if I told you your answer was wrong?
I would ask you why.
Because the real answer is 24,000 pounds. One horse can pull 8,000, Two horses can pull 24,000. And we got tested in the workshop on finding out where that power came from for the extra 8,000 pounds.
Okay, so I'm like, I know I wasn't great in math, but I'm pretty sure.
And that's what we think. That's what we think, that if I add one person, I'm just gonna double the output.
Ah, gotcha. Right.
So what happens if you put so what happens if you put 3, 4, or 5 people?
Right. And I'm so glad you said that, the download, because we're not working alone. You're working with your spiritual team. So you have to count for them too.
Exactamundo. I'm trying to turn my camera around so I can show, but I'm gonna just drop my camera down like that and be like,
Oh, you
bam,
got your pumpkin ready. Yes.
bam. There you
Yes.
go. So when y'all get to Walmart, they got them right there. When you go through the sliding doors, you can put them in your buggy. Walmart is so smart. Walmart was like, you know what? We're gonna put them right here. You know, we ain't worried about you stealing them. We're gonna just put it right here by the front. I don't know if you saw this either. I'm gonna bring this in here too. But Walmart says we're gonna put them right here by the front, so you can just put them in your cart and come on and come on and do your business. But look what else I got too.
Oh, oh, I want one. Yes. Oh, I want one. Well, that's okay. I'm gonna get mine. I'm coming. I can't wait to come for my next ceremony. When is it, on the 26th?
It's the 25th, 26th, and 27th of October in Atlanta, Georgia.
I will be there.
And you can't get one because this was gifted to me as well.
Of course it was. I love it.
I come in there. I didn't go to the store and be like, "Ooh, look, Jasmine, look what look. Ooh, this is nice." I'm going to a workshop for the Jade Emperor, and somebody was like, "Here go the keys. Go out there and look in the trunk of my car."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Why? They look in the trunk of the car? What? You want me to help you take a bag upstairs or something?"
Beautiful.
Now, mind you, I ain't never been like, "Oh yeah, let me get a toad statue," and I want to do, because I'm busy. I got a lot of other stuff to do, and then all of a sudden, voila.
We'll set that toad altar up, and you'll see some. You want to talk about some more breakthroughs?
I got him right in front of the door right now because it ain't even. I gotta go make room for him in the altar room somewhere. But you can best believe he getting ready to be show enough set up. We're gonna find some place for him or her to be. What's up, baby? Yeah.
Keisha's asking, where can I find the items for the ritual, the pumpkin ritual? That is what we're going to be going over in class on Thursday. I will be giving everybody a list of items and exactly how to perform the ritual and what night that the ritual is going to be worked on. So I got you covered in class.
So for those of you who've never been to a class on Thursday, Jasmine gives out a group ritual at the end of every class. And so this is going to be the time that we're going to pick a day to do the ritual together. Okay? So if you come into class, the ritual itself, you can say, boom, that's worth $26. That you're going to be in a place where it's 50, 60, 70 people who are going to be doing this ritual together with you.
Right.
And the other piece that was also revealed at the workshop was it's a minimum of 5 people that need to be in on a ritual in order for that ritual to be successful and move that much faster. So I know you talk about being a solo witch, and somebody else is talking about I walk this path alone. We fail as individuals. Like if I've been making a success by myself, then what would it look like if I had a team of people? So that's why we even have our own Facebook group. If you've been to at least one webinar, you're not just in the Let's Talk Magic group, you're in our Self-Mastery Through Self-Discovery group, where now you can look at somebody over there and be like, you know what? You've actually paid to go to a class. How you doing? Let's do something together. Hey, how you doing? I see that you paid for a class. You respect teachings enough that you want to invest in them, invest in yourself, and you got me and you got something in common versus you may want to invest, but there might be 20 people around you who want everything for free. So there's been a separation, you know, by having the class. And so, yes, Francis says, will you be sharing the pumpkin ritual outside of the workshop?
This particular ritual, no, I will not. I do have another pumpkin ritual that I put up on my YouTube channel last year that you can work with if you're not attending the class, but the one that I'm giving out is specifically for the group that's going to be performing the ritual with us.
Yes, it's gonna, and that's what I love about our class. When you come, you get exclusive stuff. We're not coming to class. We're not saying come to class and we're gonna give you something that everybody else has got. No, you're getting something exclusive. You're getting something that you paid for. When you pay for it, don't you want it to be something that everybody else doesn't have? It's only going to be the people that's in the group. So, Francis, I don't know if you've been to class yet. Some of you have been sending me emails or in my inbox saying that you didn't get the replays, or you don't know how to get the replays yet. We're gonna have all that fixed this week. All of that's gonna be fixed this week. I've sent out the emails to everyone who's ever had a one. If you've ever been in one webinar on Thursday, I sent an email to you 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago actually, with the list of all of how you can get another, you know, how you can get the links to past emails. So it's in your inbox. It's in your email box and you have not found it. I'm not going to say that you can't find it because I don't want to speak that on you. I'm going to say you have not found it yet. I have already emailed it to you. So if you haven't found it yet, send me an email. No, I'm sorry. Inbox me with your email that you want it to go to, and I'm going to go send you a screenshot that shows what day I sent it to you. I love doing that. Ooh, I love when I send somebody a screenshot that I sent it to you on that day, and then you come back and be like, oh, I found it. I know, because it was always there.
Okay, I gotta hop off. I have a 5 o'clock reading to do. Any final thoughts, Khayr?
No, man, I'm just so happy and grateful for a sequence of events. I'm about to go get me a bite to eat real quick, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna make me another video over here on my channel. If you finish up early, please come over there and jump on. I don't know, it might be an hour because I got to figure out what I want to eat. And I'm also going over my studies. I just want to let y'all know that now you don't just have one teacher who's had a toad experience. Now you got 2 teachers that's had a toad experience. And I think you should be in class on Thursday.
Absolutely.
I really think you should be in class on Thursday. And I'm going to be sharing, we don't even know what the name of class is going to be because it's always the same format. You get to ask as many questions as you want about whatever you want to ask. It's an open forum. But we will be discussing Mercury retrograde coming up. We will be talking about the pumpkin ritual. We'll be talking about teamwork. But don't think that it's just a class that we're coming in just teaching at you or talking at you. It's a very interactive class. If you have not come yet, for those of you who've been before, y'all already know how it's cracking and how it's going down. We'll just be sharing some of our discoveries, though, over the past 2 weeks while I've been gone about, you know, with the people that are coming to the group. I mean, that's basically what I want to do, man, because my wealth mindset, because of this workshop Saturday, has totally been changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how to put it into words, but I'm probably
Mm-hmm.
going to have something for Thursday specifically for folks talking about wealth and magic that I'm not going to be talking about on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
because it's just falling on deaf ears. So that's not what I
Mm-hmm.
want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you
And
go, hon. Oh,
one
go
one
ahead.
one last thing I'm gonna add on top of that, and just what I know, but to experience the profound healing that takes place when you participate in certain type of ceremonies, and how you level so far up in your magic, man. And a lot of your blockages are because you haven't healed from certain things. And there's some things that may be buried. There are things that came up during my ceremony that I didn't even realize were in there, and those got released. So the significance of healing and moving past those things in order to really attract the life that you want is phenomenal. And that's why I'm going to be in Atlanta on October 25th for a second Toad session, because I still feel like there may be some more things that need to be worked out, but we'll talk more about that in class. Khayr, thank you so much. Thank all of you. Please share this video. The replay will be up on my channel, Mystic at the Crossroads, within the next couple of hours. If you'd like to consult with me privately, you can do so by booking an appointment on my website at oneritualaway.com. And Khayr, I'll talk to you a little later.
Peace.